Hey guys, my name is Meredith and welcome to my channel, The Meal Planning Mama. Today I wanted to discuss a little bit further about how to prepare for emergencies. If you haven't seen my video yet, I just posted a video on how to stock up for the virus, the coronavirus, and I also kind of talked a little bit about natural disasters a little bit and how to prepare for emergencies. So these things kind of apply to just being prepared. There's no reason to panic. That's not what this is for. I just believe in keeping certain things on hand to just be prepared. And honestly, for anything, if you have the common cold or you're sick and not feeling good, you really don't want to be running to the store for things or picking up medicine that's over the counter, you know, unless you had to go to the doctor or something like that. But for like the common cold, I know myself, I'd rather stay in if I don't have to go out and get something. So if I'm prepared and I have things in stock on hand in the house, it just makes life easier during those difficult times when I'm sick or my family members are sick. So today I'm going to be sharing 10 things that I like to keep on hand or that's good to have on hand in case of emergency, illness, natural disaster, any of the above. So let's get right into it. The first thing I would say again goes to my video that I just posted on keeping a full stocked pantry. You're going to want to have your fridge, your pantry, and your freezer filled with foods that you like to eat. Not just the necessities too, also think about the things that make you feel comfortable. So if you're a coffee drinker, make sure you have coffee. If you like tea, make sure you have that on hand. What goes into that, your milk or your creamer. Maybe snacks for the kids or for you. Just little things that are going to be nice to have maybe during a difficult time. And then, of course, the necessities. You're going to want to have your fridge, freezer, and pantry filled with things that you can make meals with. So your staple proteins. For us, that's chicken breast, boneless, skinless chicken thighs, ground beef, ground turkey. And we always like to have milk in our refrigerator. I drink soy milk in my coffee. My husband uses half and half. The kids like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, so the things to make that. Any kind of canned items you use on a regular basis. So crushed tomatoes, canned beans, chicken broth is great to have, any canned vegetables. Also beans and rice is good to have. Again, I went into that in my other video, so make sure you check that out. But you also want to have things that if your power goes out for any extended period of time, that you could be able to use those without having electricity. So it's good to have in your pantry items that you can use if you don't have access to electricity. So for example, canned beans, canned tuna, canned chicken, peanut butter, canned vegetables, canned soup, those kind of things. May not be your go-to, but it is good to have some of that on hand. Number 2, I would say, number 2, medicines. Okay, so for this, if you have a medicine that's prescribed to you for a chronic condition, make sure that you are stocked up. And sometimes that's not possible. I know my son's medication, they won't give me a 30-day supply ahead of time, so that's just not possible. But if you're getting close to the end, make sure you refill that. Don't leave yourself completely empty on the medication. And then the next thing is over-the-counter medications. You may not think about that, but it's good to have on hand. Again, even if you're just sick or your family member's sick, you may not want to go out. So to have Tylenol, ibuprofen, cold medicine like NyQuil, Dayquil, and have those in the children's versions as well as like Benadryl or anything if you have any allergies in your family. So make sure whatever you're using, you know, stomach medications, anything like that, make sure you have enough on hand. And number 3, first aid supplies. So like Neosporin, you want to have rubbing alcohol, you want to have peroxide, Band-Aids, that sort of thing, like a first aid kind of kit. Make sure you have that stocked and supplied. And then 4, household disinfectant items. I went into that a little bit. I did get in the stock up haul, and then I also did get some from the Dollar Tree. So it doesn't have to cost a lot. Just make sure you have those household items on hand. So you're going to want your disinfectant spray like Lysol, disinfectant wipes, hand soap. Little side note, when you're looking for these items, try to look for things that are disinfectant, antibacterial. This is not the time to get like floral scents or where you get your candles. You're looking for disinfectant items. So disinfectant hand soap, bleach, Lysol, those types of things. Number 5, flashlights and batteries. I can't tell you how many times I have the flashlight and my kids have taken the batteries out of the flashlight for a toy. Make sure you have batteries on stock for whatever items you're going to be using. So just double check those. Maybe you don't have that issue. I know we have to make sure like we have backups of batteries. So just double check that. And same thing, candle and lighter. Same thing, my matches and lighter seem to just disappear. So just double check, you know where those are. A battery operated radio. If your power goes out for an extended period of time, you are not going to have access to any power, obviously, or any news information. So, and sometimes that's very important. It's an emergency situation and you need to know what's going on. So while we may not use battery operated radios that often, it's a good thing to have on hand. If you need it, you'll be thankful that you do have it. The other thing was number 8, a cell phone backup charger. So there's all different ones. We have the ones, obviously you need electricity for them. So you want to make sure that those are plugged in and they have full power. But in an emergency situation, that's going to buy you another day or two with a cell phone. And usually, you know, there's of course all different situations, but you know, a day or two could be the time needed to get out of that emergency situation. So that might buy you a day or two of having cell phone access, which is important in today's day and age. Number 9, and this isn't really essential, but it's another nice to have, cards or board games. So if you don't have power or electricity, you're not going to have any entertainment. You're just going to be like sitting there twiddling your thumbs. I have 3 children, so it's good to have something that can help entertain them. Of course, we have, you know, a stock of books on hand. We do reading. So have those items that don't require electricity that can entertain yourself and or your children or family. Number 10, and I know this is an expensive one. This is not something that we bought until we were in an emergency situation. But if you have the means to get it, it is very useful. A generator. So again, I know this is not possible for everybody, but if possible, it is a really great thing to have. I know I didn't even think about it until we were in a situation where we needed it. And at that point, the prices on them, which I'm sure you're seeing the prices on certain items right now, just skyrocket to where it's not even affordable. But if it is at this point, it's good to have. And then a bonus, number 11, gas in your car. So depending on what's going on, if there's no power, sometimes the pumps at gas stations do not work. So make sure your car has a full tank of gas. Also, like, depending if the power's down, they may not accept credit cards, so you might want to have cash on hand. I guess that's number 12. But yeah, cash is good to have on hand if there's no power and they don't have access to Wi-Fi. Their credit card machines may not be working and you may not be able to get gas. So, I mean, having that full tank of gas is very useful. So you may also want to keep, if you have one of the gas cans, obviously if you have the generator, you're gonna want to have that full, make sure that's full. Maybe propane for your grill if you have access to outdoor grill. That would be good. So let me know in the comments below any items you're keeping on hand, what you think is important to have. Make sure to subscribe if you like videos like this and hit the bell so you'll be notified so you won't miss out. Thank you. Bye.